What? Huh? What? Where am I? Where am I? We live in a world where nice things don't tend to exist often, and when they do exist, there's always a catch to it. Welcome, everybody, to the Hatch. Or Egg Hunt 2025 in July, for whatever reason. You probably already know about the issues that have plagued the Hatch, despite it not even being out yet, which is incredibly hilarious to me. How do you already have drama for an event that hasn't even started? But I'm not paid enough to care nor do this, so I'll give you the quick notes version of it. It's a shitty dev hunt with a bunch of shitty developers, specifically this guy named The Real Teddy, or Teddy Official, I don't know. But he's no good. He doesn't care about online safety for children. Oh no! Not only does he not care about online safety for children, but he was invited to an official Roblox event and the official Roblox developer conference? Roblox, how could you? I thought you cared about our safety! And you already probably know the rest. Boycott the Hatch, he got removed from the event, and eventually he got banned after a bunch of games pulled out, and Creecraft said he wouldn't stream unless he's banned. Cool. This event has stated to be one of the biggest events in Roblox history. Over 1,000 games. So, 1,000 games in 10 days. That doesn't seem impossible. Which, you're right, it isn't possible. No sane person would actually go through all 1,000 games. Which, I'm sane, and I like my sanity, so I'm not gonna do that, because that would be stupid. Welcome back, everybody, to another fantastical episode of We Put Liam Through Hell. What? Buzzard noise. And it seems that our first contestant would like to answer the board. So, what emotion do you think Liam will go through today?
I don't know, John. Maybe insanity.
Ding, ding, ding! It seems that we have a correct answer.
I like that guy's answer.
What was I gonna say? Fuck you. Fuck you too! Welcome everybody to the lobby. Unironically, the best part about this event. This map is incredibly beefy, so good job Twin Atlas. Pats on the back for you. I'm not going to cover the games in full detail because that would simply take way too long for an already long enough event that's already condensed into a short period of time, so, you know, awesome. All of the elements will have their own timestamp in the description if you just want to skip to a specific element, or hell, your favorite game. I'm not going to put every game, that would take too long. Just a by the way, my voice is 100% going to sound inconsistent throughout this entire video, as I recorded most of these segments during the night instead of during the day, because I had to severely crunch everything. You know, old phone and all. But I hope that doesn't take away from the video experience, but yeah. So without any further delay, let's start off with the connection games. Join game, collect egg, 0 out of 10. Start around and then go to the Titanic, which is conveniently marked, and then the egg will be inside. You have to join from the lobby to get the egg, which fuck you, I joined from Funky Friday. This egg's broken, you get a meme instead. Use your detector to find the egg. This is so engaging, guys, right? 1 out of 10, because at least you have to look for it at least. Play for basically 30 seconds, go to the bathroom, and you get the egg. I mean, you have something to do at least. But it's Barry's prison run. This fucking sucks. 1 out of 10. You know how the creator of Sprunky is a fucking minor and does not want to do anything with this anymore and wants Sprunky to die? Yeah, I love not respecting the wishes of a child. It's behind a tree, by the way, 0 out of 10. It says it right there! Wow! 0 out of 10. This is making me wildly uncomfortable. It's in that building. We're moving on now. Find the sewer, do a maze, and do this not really engaging or cool obby. It was also very laggy. Peak game design, I guess. I don't know. 2 out of 10. Complete 3 quests and then you get to dig up the egg. Cool. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 10 for 3 quests. Do 3 pretty bland quests. I don't get why the map is so big when everything is pretty close to each other anyway, so it kind of just adds a bit of confusion in my opinion. But 2 out of 10. Egg in the hole in the mountain. 0 out of 10. Catch 10 fish and buy a hat. It's slow and kind of boring, but hey, at least it's something to do in this silly little seal game. So, 3 out of 10, I guess. I don't know. So you're gonna want to follow the indicator to the egg. Oh my god, guys, it's Squid Game! It's Squid Game! It's Squid Game, guys! It's Squid Game! It's Squid Game! But you should buy stuff in the shop for Robux because it's Squid Game, guys! It's Squid Game! It's Squid Game! The egg is in the vent, that's it. 0 out of 10. So you're gonna want to finish this race. It doesn't take too long, I don't think, at least. But, it's a race. Guess what this is gonna get? I don't know if there are maps or anything, but the egg just spawns randomly, and it was outside for me, so yeah. So don't do what I did and walk around down there. Don't walk around down there. It's actually incredibly easy. It's just behind this leaderboard. Wow, this did not need to take me 5 minutes. Welcome everyone to Egg Hunt 2020 Agent Egg. This tutorial is very quick and simple. The egg is just on any of the maps. Yeah, I can't wait for the Egg Hunt 2021. I hope it's like Egg Hunt 2018. I am ashamed to admit that I had spent more time in this game than I am willing to share. The egg is just on this horribly made parkour that you can barely see, and the fact that I didn't spot it is pathetic. I'm ashamed of myself. This gets a -1 out of 10, specifically because I'm salty. The egg is behind a house. It took me a second to find it, but 0 out of 10. Apparently, not only am I blind, I am also illiterate, because if I were to take 1 second, I would have seen the hatch right there. It's a boss fight, by the way. It's okay, I guess. I guess a 2 out of 10. I'm stupid as shit. Holy it's in this room. Cool. 1 out of 10. The egg will always be in the blue goalie. Blue goalie out of 10. The egg will always be on the other team's base next to their flag. I think at least that's where it was for me. It could be on your team. I don't know. But either way, this was okay, I guess. 2 out of 10. There are 5 egg locations, but you only need to collect 1. 5 out of 10 for 5 eggs. I really have nothing else to say here. The egg is behind this tree. Okay, next. Egg is placed here, right here. There it is, 0 out of 10. Egg is behind this tree, 0 out of 10.
Here's what? Just remember, you are free to come back. Goodbye now. Wait a minute. Is it true that the eggs are AI generated? Oh, hell no!
Flyer in these hoops for about a minute. 1 out of 10, I guess. This was fine, I suppose, I guess. I don't know. I'm just tired of looking for eggs that aren't well placed. Immediately go to the boat and go to town, and the egg is on this island. Cool. 0 out of 10. This looks like a 12-year-old made it. Anyway, the egg is on top of the arena, and you need to jump up to it. I guess it's a little bit creative, but I have no clue how I got to it in the first place. So, 1 out of 10 for effort, I guess? Question mark. It literally says at the top of the screen what to do. Just spawn as this creature, and then the egg is somewhere. I guess. I don't know. This is very intriguing. Forgot to record. Here's a meme instead. Survive Spunky Killer. Spunky survive Spunk Killer. 0 out of 10. So the egg spawns randomly, and you have to get it without dying. Because if you die, you can't get it. So you need to not die. I have nothing else to say here. I'm just trying to make this more entertaining for you guys. I don't know what to do. So the egg is on this island. Island out of 10. You have to get to the moon, but there is 0 indication telling you what to do. I was in this game for like almost an hour until I figured that out. So, thanks, game. -2 out of 10. Yes, we're reversed. The egg was in a pillar. At least it was hidden well. 2 out of 10. Follow wherever the compass points. Cool. 1 out of 10. That pop-up right there, you see that pop-up? That is incredibly misleading. I thought you had to look directly in spawn. No, it's not in spawn at all. I mean, it did say around spawn, but still, I thought it would be really near spawn, not out near spawn, if that makes sense. Not only that, but if you were to play this game day 1, you would have seen a map that you could buy for 48 Robux. That's not at all scummy for an already shitty event. Woohoo. This gets a -10 out of 10 because I fucking hate this game. I hate all games like this, actually. Egg spawns on the map randomly. 0 out of 10. Next. So you gotta do a little bit of this troll lobby, which is okay. And then you have to do a funny little maze, which, okay. 1 out of 10. The egg randomly spawns on a map. Cool. I don't know. I guess I'm just a little bit annoyed and tired that I have to fucking do this. 0 out of 10. I did not spend an hour in this fucking game looking for a place called a newbie village that doesn't even exist to then backtrack and find the egg next to a tree. I did not spend an hour in game. I did not. I don't know, but this just feels like a Claw Machine Simulator ripoff, despite it most definitely probably not, but yeah, this egg sucks. 0 out of 10. Squid Game, guys, it's Squid Game. No, this stinks. 0 out of 10. Duh. Now that we are fully completed with connections, we can move on to shine. Or light. One of the two, I don't remember. This game is just a genuine fever dream. I genuinely don't know what else to say here. You do a simple parkour in the lobby after a round ends, or if a round hasn't started, and you can get egg. It's something, 2 out of 10. Slither.io, but for iPad kids. It's in the center of the map, that's where you get the egg. 0 out of 10, this was boring, I hate it. A common theme with most games is that they do not tell you what the hell to do, so you kind of just walk around aimlessly, and that's what I did here until I found the egg. But, yeah, I would dock points for that, but there isn't really any points to dock to begin with, so, 0 out of 10. I genuinely cannot tell if there was any quality control at this event. And given the fact that they allowed an actual fucking condo creator to the event, leads me to believe no. This gets a question mark 1 out of 10. There's a secret obby that's not really good behind a bunch of rocks, but I didn't know that, nor does it tell you anywhere. So, cool, I guess. Lack of communication, -1 out of 10. Yeah, we're still doing the negatives, I don't care. I don't know why it put me in here. I don't know if this is the default spawn place, but basically you leave and the egg will be next to, Naruto. Yeah, cool. 0 out of 10. Why the fuck do I always forget to record at least one game? What the hell? I never cared for Dragon Ball Z, so I do not care about any of this lore, if it's anything lore related. But hey, at least there's buff men. Too bad this quest fucking sucks because the egg is just hidden like every other egg. But hey, the intro cutscene was captivating, so I'll give it that. 2 out of 10. You can tell how good this egg is given by this is literally all the recording that I have for this game, so yeah, 1.4 out of 10. Oh boy, another round of Squid Game. I sure do love Squid Game Tycoon. Squid Game Tycoon. Yeah. Do this Squid Game Season 3 obby and you get the egg. 1 out of 10. Land the ball in the ball basket. At least it was creative. 1 out of 10. Find 3 egg-shaped houses. I got confused thinking that I actually had to look for a house that looked like an egg. No, they're just eggs on the floor. They're actually conveniently close to each other. I spent 10 minutes in this game because I'm blind and stupid. 1 out of 10. There's an egg hidden in this big penthouse. I have nothing else to say here. I'd see myself living here one day. Like that's ever gonna happen. 0 out of 10. Okay, so basically the egg spawns right... The fuck? There's this super cute and cool obby, and it's a 1 out of 10. Oh. This is just loot boxes. This is just gambling. This is just loot boxes. Roblox, why is this? It isn't even hidden as a simulator. This is just loot boxes. What? I have no words. Why is this allowed? So the egg is in this room. That's it, 0 out of 10. Oh, hey, look, the egg's right there. Oh, you fucking bitch. Get back here with my egg, you little fuck.
Yay, I did it. 6 out of 10.
There was no instructions, but you have to go to the tutorial, and the egg is... You have to do a very simple wall jump. Yeah, that's it. 1 out of 10. Do this obby. 0 out of 10. Simple dimple. Pop it, squish. 0 out of 10. Be annoying and yell at the top of your lungs to this one bird girl. Pretty much it. 1 out of 10, I guess. You know that one Toon Disney clip where it's just like someone turns into a werewolf, but it's not a werewolf, it's a fucking nerd. He turns into a nerd. Yeah, can someone tell me where that originates from? I'm confused and curious. Yeah, anyway, this is a 0 out of 10. This fucking sucks. Ah yes, a fish clone. Seems about right. I would say it's not a clone, but considering that it is literally called Fish It, and the release date is close to when fish got popular, yeah, I think this guy is clone. Anyway, the egg sucks and literally tells you where it is if you ask him. 0 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly, woohoo, 0 out of 10. Oh hey guys, look, there's the egg, 0 out of 10. I mean, like, this is unique, but that's kinda it. It just, yeah, it's just activate 2 pillars, and you got the egg. Wow. I'll give it a 2 out of 10 for creativity. Whoa guys, look, there's the egg again. I could do this all day. I'd say there's the egg, but the egg is probably the most annoying part of this. First of all, you're just randomly thrown into unskippable cutscenes, which is pretty annoying. And then secondly, when I was about to collect the egg, it threw me halfway across the map to play another cutscene that I really did not care about. Apparently, to get up here, you need to become a Titan, but I'm stupid and didn't know that. This gets a 0 out of 10 either way, because the egg is horribly placed. It just spawns in front of windmills. Wow, that's fun. Climb this giant mountain that has a gigantic egg over it. I don't know how I missed that. It's a 1 out of 10 because I'm salty. That's really it. This is unique. At least it would be if I didn't have complications. As you can see, the camera control and my normal control overlaps, so gets incredibly annoying. Should probably fix that, but this egg was fine. It's just a spooky maze. Again, that's really it. Like a 3 out of 10, I guess. I don't know. You have to build up to the egg. Isn't that creative? Instead of the egg just being there? Wow. 0 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly. Wow, woohoo, 0 out of 10. Click 15 people from different countries in order to get the egg. Wow. I actually really don't know what to say here. Unique in concept, I guess. Not particularly interesting though, but I get 1 out of 10, I guess. The egg is kind of always somewhere, so you're gonna have to go find it. 0 out of 10. Wow, what an original and creative game idea. It's not like I've seen this game copied and pasted all over Roblox 300 million times before. Anyway, the egg's at the end of one of the obbies, which is cool, I guess. 1 out of 10, because, I don't know, it's something to do. I don't want to play this. The egg, it's around the map somewhere. You're gonna have to find it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. The egg is in the lobby behind a tank. Wow, how creative, guys. 0 out of 10. Ugh, this is one that I hate. Only 1 spawns per round, and only 1 person can have the egg at a time, and you have to survive with it. Fun. I was lucky enough for the person that had the egg to die, and it was the last 5 seconds, so I managed to get it. But this is still an annoying egg to get. 0 out of 10 because I'm salty. It's a short obby, but hey, it works. He says it was also made in a couple of days, which is fair. This is probably something I would end up making in a couple of days anyway. My only complaint here is that there is a easy noob section, and then there's a not noob section, but the not noob section is impossible without a specific avatar, so I don't get what the point is. So, 1 out of 10 for effort, but yeah, that's kind of it. This game is interesting, to say the least. Well, yeah, the egg just shows you how to do the basic toe. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. 1 out of 10? I don't. Fuck the classic. This game should have been in the classic. Not that it would have been good, probably, but I wouldn't know. It says it displays hints after a little bit, but it... I don't... didn't really show me where. Is confusing. But the egg was in the hole in this wall. Cool, 1 out of 10. Shit, the footage corrupted. Put in a meme.
Kid, go and collect some leaves and sticks and arrange them into your favorite color.
Blue. Red. Green.
Green is not a creative color.
These water park games need to be studied because what the hell do you do in them? I was a victim of this, but I do not remember why. Anyway, this egg is a 0 out of 10. This sucks. Rah! The egg spawns randomly. Rah. 0 out of 10. Wow, I'm so glad that I'm doing this for my summertime instead of sleeping. Or I don't fucking know, actually doing art. I don't like these animations. 0 out of 10. You know, honestly, I think this one is pretty good.
Hey guys, look, I'm on a Roblox tower too, and I also have bad opinions, and I'm gonna slow my voice down every 2 seconds. Did I mention I'm gonna slow my voice down every 2 seconds? Did I mention I'm on a Roblox tower? Did I mention...
This took me a minute when it didn't need to. Why did this take a minute? Can you hurry up, game, please? I don't want to be here any longer. Game! Wow, there's the egg. 0 out of 10. Two eggs gotten with every game completed so far, so let's move on to the darkness. Egg inside of a cave, 0 out of 10. Ignoring the annoying AI-generated dog in the thumbnail and the fucking Squid Game event, I don't... Okay. This is just bad. Like, it's in this house. It's 0 out of 10, obviously. The egg is randomly placed in the maps. Cool, I guess. I have no other words for this. 0 out of 10. Buy everything, buy everything. Give us all your Robux. Buy everything, buy everything. Give us all your money, please. Please buy everything. Squid Game event. Squid Game. This one is genuinely creative. With the time frame that they were given, this is surprisingly well made. It's a mini story with this time traveling thing, and you get the egg after you complete the obby. My only complaint is that it allows you to skip sections, and also the controls are wacky, but it's pretty much it. Overall, I give this a 8 out of 10. Maybe there aren't horrible games in this event. This game is just genuinely uncomfortable to play. I just don't... I don't like this. This gets a bad out of 10. Ew. I'm just gonna get straight into it. This gets a 10 out of 10. First of all, I met Ralsei Deltarune, the real Ralsei Deltarune, so that was peak. This is, in my opinion, one of the most creative games out of this. Instead of just hiding the egg, they made an entire separate story about darkness because it's the darkness egg. Get it? It's genuinely very good. I will admit some of the scares did get me, like that one that was on screen, but again, this is just incredibly well made. Not only does it fit the theme of the egg, it also is just impressive for the 2-week time frame that they were given for this.
You know, I'm not really fond of this game of hide and seek. Yeah, I'm a better hider in my opinion. Maybe you shouldn't have played. Oh my fucking I'll teach you for messing with me.
Yeah, so anyway, 10 out of 10. As Brian Griffin once said, whoa, ass ahoy. Anyway, yeah, the egg is hidden behind this wall. I thought you had to collect the cats. 1.1 out of 10, I guess. Yeah, so how about no? Okay, so the egg is where the thing says the hatch. Whoa, an art for Roblox game that I have never heard of nor will ever play again. If it's almost like if I wanted Robux, I would have opened commissions. Go to my Blue Sky for more information. Pizza out of 10. So the egg is behind this waterfall, which is probably the most obvious place. 0 out of 10. Scores on screen. I wonder how you get this egg then. Complete one objective and the egg spawns. Cool. 1 out of 10. Climb this wacky beanstalk. 0 out of 10. Eggs in this trailer, cool, 0 out of 10. Battleground games are just annoying because it's a competition of who's the most toxic, but yeah, the egg is incredibly obvious to see. 0 out of 10. Eggs in the supply shop, cool, I guess. 0 out of 10. I swear I covered this game already, but 0 out of 10 anyway, because it sucks. This sucks, boop. This is literally all the surviving footage that I have because my phone sucks and I have to slow it down so I can speak. But either way, this still kind of sucks. 0 out of 10. Burger Game is a good game though. I like Burger Game. Egg spawns randomly. Death penalty out of 10. Oh my god, I love Doors Refreshing, the Refreshing update from April 1st, 2025. I love the Doors Refreshing update. 0 out of 10. It literally tells you where the egg is. Anyway, it's behind the garage, and there's a tank there. For whatever reason, it's above the tank. 0 out of 10. Roblox, we're gonna need to sit down and have a chat about quality control, because how the hell did this get into an event? This game isn't really the best. Now scratch that. If you want to play a dress-up game, just play Dress to Impress. This is just one of those shitty mobile game ads, just made in Roblox. But bad, because a 2-year-old got access to someone's computer. 0 out of 10. Egg is on this rock. Cool. 0 out of 10. Squid Game, guys. Squid Game. Squid Game. Squid Game. It's Squid Game. Squid Game. Squid Game out of 10. Squid Game. Squid Game. I'm gonna take this second to tell you guys to like and subscribe, because I don't do this, because I'm an attention whore. Also, commission me. You can find out on Blue Sky. Seems that the dastardly footage is non-existent, but it's a 0 out of 10. The egg is just in the middle of the map. Aw, man. Motherfuck. What do you even do in this game? What is this? Get 25 points by playing the game regularly. Whoa, I haven't said that one in a little bit, haven't I? I guess 1 out of 10 because I'm not bored, at least. Run around for 10 minutes and hope you find an egg in this big map. 0 out of 10 for obvious reasons. Now with the first island done, we can move on to Emerald Wilds. We will continue the elements in chronological order, with the next one being fire. Honestly, me too. Egg in funny treehouse. The cat gives it a point, but that's not saying much. 1 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly. Of course it does. -1 out of 10. I'm tired of this. Brookhaven-ass game. Could you really not come up with anything original? Anyway, like every other egg in this fucking event, it's, eggs are on the map, so, randomly placed. 0 out of 10. Hey guys, welcome back to 2020 again. We are, going to be playing, this cool Among Us Roblox game for Agent of Egg, so this is my tutorial. Basically, the egg spawns randomly. You're gonna not want to get killed by that guy. But, yeah, the egg spawns randomly. Whoa, I wonder where the egg could possibly ever be! -1 out of 10. We're going to be seeing a lot of games just in this event that don't have any indication on how to get the egg. But basically for this one, you just got to leave the map in. There it is. Cool. 0 out of 10. This game is so scary, guys. It even says it in the title. Here, look at one of these jump scares. It's so scary. So obviously, because I was quaking in my boots, I should get the best score, that being a 0 out of 10. This whole event reminds me of that one video from Dieter Plays, I believe, that's like 49 seconds long from Egg Hunt 2019. You guys remember that? Yeah, this is just that event. Again, 0 out of 10, by the way. Climb up a building with comedic sound effects. Comedic sound effect out of 10. Isn't that part sound so funny, guys? This is one of the laziest pieces of shit I have ever seen. What were you thinking? Fail out of 10. Jesus fucking Christ. Egg randomly placed on map. Cool. 0 out of 10. Genuinely, why the fuck is every tycoon the same? It always has this out-of-bounds obby to do that isn't even hard. Like, what? Can you not come up with anything else more creative? I mean, surely you can make a puzzle or something. I don't know. Okay, so basically you have to climb up the tower, and then the egg will be somewhere. It is play the game regularly, but honestly, at this point, I'll take it. Because at least I'm not bored. 2 out of 10. No, that's too generous. 1 out of 10, actually. Yeah, so you know how my phone is an unreliable piece of shit? Yeah, that's all it recorded. Anyway, this is still a 0 out of 10. Oh, hey, this one was in RB Battle Season 3. It still has the RB Battles icon. The event's been over for, like, 3 years, buddy. Pack it up. Change the thumbnail. Event's over. Considering the state of the world is always not good, I don't even know if role-playing and fantasizing about a country taking over the world is particularly the best thing to do, but pop off, I guess. Anyway, the egg in this game sucks. Fail out of 10 or -100 out of 10. I don't know. Egg spawns randomly. Woo! 0 out of 10. Egg also spawns randomly, I think. 0 out of 10. Woo! Egg on house. Summer World. 1 out of 10.
Egg was behind a board, 0 out of 10. Go into this cave and do an okay obby, like a 6 out of 10, I guess. Play the game till the egg spawns. Whoa! Whoa! What? Annoyingly partner up with someone and then eggs that's like stage 2, I think. I don't know, 0 out of 10 anyway. Egg was in a parking lot. Cool, 0 out of 10. You just play the game regularly. How fun, guys. Wow, I'm having so much Egg randomly spawns around the map. Cool, 0 out of 10. I genuinely cannot tell what the hell you're supposed to be doing here, even when rewatching the footage. It's a mystery, I guess. But if I were to guess correctly, this is a 0 out of 10 because it's a fucking tycoon. Are you guys enjoying this in-depth review of this horrible event? Are you guys enjoying it? Are you guys enjoying Egg spawns randomly. Yippee. Egg spawns random. The peltry haphazardly appears its face across the estate. Play the game regularly, 0 out of 10. I found the egg in the construction site. I don't know if it spawns randomly, but still a 0 out of 10. This sucks. Hey guys, it's me, Post Liam. Pretend that there's a game here. I'll put it up on screen. And here's the score because the egg sucks. Who would have guessed? The dastardly egg spawns randomly, 0 out of 10. Hey guys, check out this cool pet that I got in between making this video, yeah. Funny egg, it's on the field, 0 out of 10. Balls scare me. The egg spawns randomly in the map, cool, 0 out of 10. The egg is at the beginning of stage 2, but you need a 100% stage 1 in order to get to stage 2, which took me at least 20 minutes because people kept bombing the entire fucking map. Cool, fail out of 10. Unoptimized laggy ass mess. Anyway, yeah, it just tells you how far away you are from the egg, so, the boring 0 out of 10, ooh. Basically, just play the game regularly. Wow, that's creative. 0 out of 10. Egg in lobby, 0 out of 10. Egg by the aqueduct. Too bad this map is incredibly fucking big, so I didn't know where I was going. Cool, 0 out of 10. Obby, your scary obby way to obby, scary obby way to, get egg. 0 out of 10. It's Geometry Dash in Roblox. I mean, I think these are new maps made specifically for the event. I don't know. But it's cool, I think. 6 out of 10. That's really it, I guess. I don't know. Wow, just tells you where the eggs are. Cool, 0 out of 10. I hope you like bees. So on this mountain near the fountain, there's this egg sign. It's gonna be on top of 0 out of 10. This is stinky. Egg was at the bank. Yeah, 0 out of 10. It's a boss fight, and in my opinion, it's pretty cool. Wait a minute. Even if it's not a copy, this is still taking a lot of inspiration from RB Battles' Metaverse Champion entry. Again, I'm not trying to say that this is stolen, but the gun that you use, the enemy, one of the moves that the enemy has, it reminds me a little bit too much of RB Battles. Either way, it's a mediocre battle that you can do within like 5 minutes. 5 out of 10 for effort, I guess. Wouldn't it be funny if I lost the footage? Yeah, because that's what happened. Egg spawns randomly, 0 out of 10. Kill 25 zombies, 2.5 out of 10. Play the game regularly, 0 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly. Woohoo! 0 out of 10.
I wonder where the egg could be. Oh, right. It's placed randomly. How cool! This game is incredibly funny to me. Yeah, that's kind of it. The egg spawns randomly. 1 out of 10. Yeah, this is definitely a game. This is definitely an experience, if you want to call it that. The egg spawns randomly. Cool. 0 out of 10. I don't want to be in this game anymore. The egg was at the top of the spire. Spire out of 10. Next. Egg was in the Easter world. 0 out of 10.
Yes, I too would like to waste money on an egg that I will find instantaneously. Speaking of which, oh, there it is. Fail out of 10. Egg spawns on road. Cool, guys. Cool. I love this game, guys. I love this game. I love these games. I've played these games before. I am clinically stupid, but this is creative, so I will give this a 6 out of 10. But again, I am stupid. I have nothing further to say about this. I just suck at naming countries. Moving on. The egg spawns randomly. Cool, next. The egg spawns random. The egg spawns random. The egg spawns randomly. Who would have guessed? So you gotta play the game regularly, and then the egg spawns, and yeah, that's kind of it. I really have nothing else more to say here. 0 out of 10. The footage corrupted. Wow, that's fun. I totally didn't play this game fully because I didn't see the egg. Wow. 0 out of 10. This would have been cool to find if it didn't just tell you to go to the cave. But, yeah. Like a 1 out of 10, I guess? I don't know. This game, surprisingly, is optimized, and it is beautiful looking. And, why are you... Go away. So the egg is in this park area. It took a little bit to get to, because you only have really one place to start driving. You kind of need to hop roads. But yeah, it's kind of like a 1 out of 10, I guess. This game is still very... visually stunning. I like realistic looking Roblox games. It makes me joyous. I don't know why. You gotta do this, obby. Don't ask how long I was doing this for, because it was, The egg spawns randomly. You gotta be yolking me right now. Egg was behind this rock. 0 out of 10. You gotta dig under spawn and the egg will be somewhere under there. Cool. 0 out of 10. Maple Hospital, I had faith in you. You made something good for the hunt. And the hunt... Or was it the games? I don't remember. Egg was in this kid zone. Size 0 out of 10. All I'm going to say is that the egg is hidden randomly, because I feel like if I talk about this more than I have to, an angry fandom is going to summon. I don't care what anyone says, I think this is creative. Was this area reused from something else? I wouldn't know. Is the egg randomly placed? Yes. But the suspense of trying to find the egg while also at the same time trying to survive is unique to me, at least. I do not like the sprinting in this game. I think the sprinting is annoying, but overall this gets a 4 out of 10 in my opinion. It's not the best, but it's unique. The halfway mark has been wait, what is that? Ah, hell nah, you get back here. God damn it, what's with eggs running away from me? Oh, hey, look, I finally got the egg. Yeah, anyway, back to hell. Eggs randomly around the map, cool, 0 out of 10. I fear that I have also played these games before. Anyway, 0 out of 10. Play the game regularly, 2 out of 10. I'm awarding laziness because it's better than just finding an egg randomly placed at spawn. Be a hunter and the eggs in the hunter's cabin. Cool, 0 out of 10. Ah, this game is so scary! Anyway, follow the egg till you see a poster and wait for the poster to turn to daylight. That's a 1 out of 10, I guess. Oh boy, I sure do love condensed spaces. This totally makes my job of finding the egg easier. No it doesn't. Anyway, the egg spawns randomly, 0 out of 10. But you know, maybe I'm being too harsh on these games. I had my epiphany. Maybe I should rank them based on how easy the egg is. And this one is easy, so I'll give it a, I don't know, a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The egg is under Pride Rock. You know, if you can get to it without being killed by a bunch of other people. Because people will spawn camp you. I'm lovely. This gets a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Depending on what server you're in, you could get it easily. Or if you are in an unlucky server, like me, it can take you over an hour. I swear to God we played this game already. Either way, this gets a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. It's really not that hard. I am willing to bet money most people have not played the Talking Tom games until I Show Speed made them more popular. Which... Ooh. Anyway, eggs in the lobby, 0 out of 10. Yeah, I hope you're good at fighting, because you need to do that to get the egg. Kill 2 people. This gets a 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale, because you need to be skilled. Or, I don't know, just beg people to let you kill them. I don't know. This egg is piss easy, 0 out of 10. Or 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, I don't know. I ended up playing the entire obby to not find the egg, for only to then rejoin from the hub and it to spawn, even though I joined from the hub to begin with. So, I don't know. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, 0 out of 10 because this sucks. Egg spawns near where you spawned, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Play the game regularly, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, woohoo! Complete 2 quests and then the egg spawns in the lobby, 2 out of 10, I guess. This game is interesting, to say the least. I don't know, I have nothing else to say here. Oh my. What a majestic creature. The egg is in the fucked up and evil castle, so you gotta go there, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I'm surprised that there's not an out of bounds obby, because this... Yeah, every other tycoon that I've played has had it, but... Okay. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I hate the Flash. 0 out of 10. Small little obby thing. I don't know what to call this, but yeah. I have 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 5 out of 10? Wasn't bad. Eggs randomly around the map. Cool, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You want to know why? Because the egg spawns randomly, I'm pretty sure. This took me a whole 2 seconds. Wow, there's the egg. You know, Football Fusion, I kind of miss the shitty quests that you made me do. It was something to do, at least. Egg in lobby, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, 0 out of 10. Egg is randomly around the map, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, 0 out of 10. Egg on the moon, Moon out of 10. Talk to Gubby, then go to the water pool and SpongeBob. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 1 out of 10. This egg took far longer than it needed to. The egg is in the offices, but you need to get a car. But in order to get a car, you need to play the game regularly for a little bit. Fun. 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. The egg is randomly around the map. Awesome. 0 out of 10. The egg was behind the laundromat. Cool. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg behind leaderboard. 0 out of 10. Climb up Luffy's ass. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg is next to the cats. Cool. Moving on. This bitch is tiny. 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. This is all you do. I wish I had more to say. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. Six Elements Town, let's go to Crackling Glen. It's time for a creature feature. You gotta hurry up and get to the middle before the timer runs out, and then it switches parkour. I want to give this a 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale. It's not too easy and it's not too hard. Climb up this part and egg will be somewhere at the top. Cool, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. This game sucks, 0 out of 10, moving on. Oh hey look, there's the egg, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. This also is also a 0 out of 10. Oh, this game is so scary, guys. I'm quivering in my boots once again. Anyway, the egg is placed randomly in the map. Cool, 0 out of 10, or 1 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I don't know, it takes a little bit because this map is big. I think so, at least. I don't know how big this map is. I'm stupid. Okay, so you're gonna want to ignore every sign that has an egg crossed out, and the egg should be somewhere. I guess, I don't know. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale. This game is well made. Egg isn't well placed, though. How sad. Get a stage 20, 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You cannot make me care for this any more than I don't, because this is incredibly rushed, and you can tell because I'm not sure if there was supposed to be more. It felt like there was supposed to be more, but you kind of just drop into the hatch and you get the egg, so I don't know, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. This took me no less than 30 seconds, 0 out of 10, and 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Oh, my PC. Okay, so you click no here and you get the egg, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Out of the loading times, that could easily rival Sonic 06. Yeah, the egg is incredibly easy, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Okay, so you follow the direction of these egg signs, and then it'll be in a cave in the ocean. I don't know what that has to do with energy, but either way, cool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and 0 out of 10. Also, I don't like the camera control in this. I just don't. Play the game regularly. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You get the egg after getting an apartment, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and a 0 out of 10. I can confidently, with my chest out, say that this is probably the best game in the event. It's unfortunately short, but again, with the time frame that they were given to do this, it's understandable. But overall, I'd give this a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and a 10 out of 10. This egg fucking sucks. The egg is on the roof of one of the pagodas on the map. Cool. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on these in a scale, 0 out of 10.
Basement.
The egg randomly spawns around the map, but the cool bit is that you're allowed to fly around the map, which is, again, cool. And this is the lobby too, so any freaks that play this game that have always wanted to fly around the lobby, you can now. I think, at least. I don't know. 4 out of 5 on these in a scale and a 2 out of 10. They spared me from my severe skill issue. Holy shit, I'm free! 5 out of 5 on these in a scale. Okay, so you get the egg, and then you place the egg on the bed, and then after like a second, the pet will have the egg summon, and that's cool, I think. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and a 0 out of 10. My dumbass forgot to record, apparently, but to get this egg, you need to kill someone on the opposite team, which is easier said than done if you're a zombie, because when I tried to kill a zombie as a player, it didn't give me the egg, which I think is incredibly stupid. But either way, yeah, that's pretty much like a 1 out of 10, I guess. 5 out of 5 on the easiness. No, actually, 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Skibbity toilet, guys. Look at Skibbity toilet. 0 out of 10. Egg spawns in the lobby. Cool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. Do pretty simple parkour. Cool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The egg was behind the stolen gold machine model from Pet Simulator X. Wow, how creative! 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Wow, this game was really boring. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You don't even deserve to be talked about. The egg on island, island egg on island. Did you know that this game was based off of a genre that was based off of a fetish game? I gotta get back to my body! No, wait, the egg's more important. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The egg is inside of this mega yacht. I wish I had more to say. 0 out of 10 and 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The egg is randomly in the map pool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. 0 out of 10. All you have to do is just complete the tutorial for the egg, which is confusing to me because there's 2 other steps for, I guess, players who play the game, but it's just play the game for 10 minutes at most, which I don't know. My leading theory is that originally you were supposed to play for 10 minutes after doing the tutorial, but they realized that was a bad idea. So yeah, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, 0 out of 10. I really do not like the sound you make when you walk. The egg for me was inside this cannon. Yeah, it's pretty much it. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, the 0 out of 10. I logged in and then was immediately picked up by, I'm assuming to be child because of the way that they talked in chat. Cool. But this egg stinks. So, I don't fucking, like a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale. It could realistically be anywhere in the kitchen. I'm not sure if it's the same for everyone. It said, it's baking, so I don't know. Who is making these games? Why? It doesn't tell you how to get the egg. I figured it out. You just play the game regularly, and it gives you the egg randomly. Cool. 0 out of 10. Like, other than the game name, this really does not fit at all with the theming. Again, the game name fits. The objective doesn't. Do a couple of obbies, and then you get the egg. Cool. 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and 1 out of 10, I guess. It could be considered challenging. depending on who you are. Holy hell, didn't realize this game was going to be in the vent, and immediately no. You can see my visible hesitation in this clip. I am not the best when it comes to scary things at all. Most of the time, at least. No, Golden Freddy, I'm not coming out. The objective is simple enough. You can tell that they spent most of their resources remaking the map instead of actually making AI, because Golden Freddy just kind of teleports around and slides towards you, and that's really it. It's cool in concept, but the time frame that they were given was pretty limited in my opinion. Though what they did make for this is nothing short of amazing, because this is amazing. This is a very good remake of the FNAF movie Pizzeria. Like I mentioned before, they definitely could have used an extra couple of days, maybe a couple of other weeks to, you know, work on it. Maybe give Golden Freddy animations instead of just sitting there. But overall, I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10. Golden Freddy is unfortunately holding this back. Again, I don't think it's their faults. It's definitely Roblox's fault for not giving them enough time and announcing developers the day after that they, you know, there's a whole thread on it. You get the issues with the hatch. Although the developers here could have definitely used the extra development time, I think other devs probably would have left the eggs the same. Yeah, I'm calling you out specifically, you lazy fuck. No, my footage! Okay, here's a picture of my dog. Wow, look, there's the egg. 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Do this, I'll be 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and 1 out of 10. I don't know, it could be challenging for some people. Wasn't for me though, because I'm a Chad and epic and awesome. This is without a doubt probably the most annoying and rage-inducing games inside of this fucking event. First of all, it kept opening my fucking invite tab, which is incredibly annoying. Secondly, the egg is all the way at the end of this, meaning that you need to work together with a bunch of random people who probably won't even let you through, realistically. Oh no, but you need people to work together, but people are annoying, so that's great. The only reason I managed to get to the end was because some guy with the Game Pass, that flying Game Pass, just, you know, you can see it in the clip. I'm just pissed. And the very cherry on top. Either this could be a 0 out of 5 on the easiness scale or a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, depending if you have someone willing to help you, like this person in my server that had a flying carpet. This game sucks, and I refuse to give it any more attention. You gotta get a key on Retro Island and open a door. It's simple, it's basic, but the presentation helps it, I think. I don't know. 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 4 out of 10. This was cool, I think. This is just Agario, but Pac-Man. Cool. If I was 7, I would find myself playing this game maybe. I don't know, but the egg sucks, so 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Wow, this text sure is cryptic. I wonder where it could be. I found it in this random house. 0 out of 10. Egg is randomly in the map somewhere. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and 0 out of 10. The egg is also somewhere in the map. Also, why do I have a red dog? I do not remember having this dog. Did I not just fucking play this game already? What? Okay, so fun, we have game repeats. It's not even any different from the other one that I played before. It's just the same game. I don't... Fail. Boo, get out of here, I hate you. Thank God this game doesn't require you to play it with a friend to get the egg, because that would have been a catastrophe. Who has friends, am I right? It's a unique little challenge to get you acquainted with the game, even though it's single player. But yeah, it's cool. Overall 7 out of 10. The egg is randomly in the map. Cool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, 0 out of 10. I think this one gets a 6 out of 10. It's a small little introduction on how to play the game, but it works. Welcome to one of the most popularest lag makers on Roblox. Oh, whoops, wrong one. You're not Souls RNG. Eggs randomly placed around the map. Whoa, who would have guessed? 0 out of 10 and 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I wonder where the egg could be. Oh, there it is. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and 0 out of 10. Two more biomes remain. Let's get a move on, shall we?
The egg is randomly around the map. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. 0 out of 10.
The egg is in a shipwreck at negative 366 and negative 355. Wow, how creative! 1 out of 10 and a 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale, since it just tells you. If you suck at obbies, this one is not for you. But I don't, so pretty easy. Honestly, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. It kind of gives it away with the hatch logo. I'm pretty sure this is an original obby made specifically for the event, which, cool, 7 out of 10 and a 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Call me fucking stupid, but the egg was inside of my house. I just didn't see it because I'm fucking stupid and blind and I hate my life. But just because I'm blind and could have made this a lot easier on myself doesn't mean it's a well-placed egg. So this still gets a 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You play the game regularly. Wow, that's really fun. I really like playing the game regularly, guys. This is really fun. I really like playing the claw machine is cool in my opinion. That's really all I have to say here. 4 out of 10 and a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale? I don't know. The egg spawns randomly on maps. That's lovely. I love playing Blade Ball, guys. This is very much what I wanted to do for an afternoon. You get the egg for just playing around. That's literally it. 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Would you guys believe me if I said the egg spawned randomly around the map? Because that sounds very believable for a game called Rowville. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale simply because the map is kind of big. And 1 out of 10, I guess. I don't know what to rank these anymore. They're all pretty bad. Ignoring the fact that I literally played this game already with the same objective, yeah, this is still butt cheeks. This is not good. 0 out of 10 and 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You know, I think I'm gonna make my own lag machine in Roblox and call it Generation Retro. That sounds fitting. Anyway, the egg is incredibly easy to find. It's like, wow. Wow, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. To find the egg, it actually allows you to walk around the spawn environment, which I think is pretty unique. Unfortunately, the egg is not unique. It's just randomly placed. How fun. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. 1 out of 10 for creativity, I guess.
I'm tired. I don't want to play these anymore.
5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I don't know, it just feels like this game in particular had way more planned, but had to scrap it. I don't know why. Either way, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. Whoa, guys, there's the egg, 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. This one was surprisingly creative. I'm stupid, so I don't know if this is reused or not, but it's unique, it's different, I like it. You have to brutally murder this, egg guy. Extortion. Oh, I get it. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale, specifically because after a little bit it just shows you where he is. And 7 out of 10 for creativity. I like this. The eggs randomly placed around the map. Wow, how cool and creative. 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. I don't know why, it just feels like there should be more to this. But either way, you ride in the egg and egg spawns close to you. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg spawns randomly. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. They should actually call this game Paint by Zeros, because this is a 0 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly on any map. 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale, depending on what server you're playing in. You just play the game regularly. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Randomly spawns around the lobby. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. You know, the more I go on, this is a sentiment that I said before, but the more I go on, the more less that I have to say about this. Dear God, they kidnapped Premium Salad and Connor 3D just for this. Connor 3D is just text noises, and Premium Salad sounds like he doesn't want to be there. Very much how, like, I don't want to be here. This is it was an egg hunt. Like a 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and a 4 out of 10. I don't know. You can tell the demographic of a game just by the title, and this definitely falls under that. Anyway, the egg spawns randomly. Ooh, 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Up. Egg spawns around the map. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale, and a 0 out of 10. Whoa, look, egg behind palm tree. 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg spawns randomly. Moving on. The egg was by the gotcha, and yes, this footage is upside down. Deal with it. 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Wow, look, there's the egg. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10.
Peter. The horse is here.
As soon as I joined, I immediately got shot dead, which, probably telling. This egg sucks. 0 out of 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. It's right there. Helpful tip, the first stage can actually be completely cheesed because it has a slight delay to the button. You just have to be quick with it though. This is still a 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Fly to this cliffside. Oh, there's the egg. Cool. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. It's at stage 2. Climb up this wall. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Do you know where the egg is? No, seriously. This is a genuine question. I spent over an hour in here. It was at a racetrack. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. An actually good campaign. Wow. The whole premise here is traversing your memories, and it's a little bit of horror, but not really. It's really all I have to say here. I recommend experiencing it yourself or watching another video on it, because this is just a little too long for me to go in depth here, especially for this already long-ass video, but yeah. 10 out of 10 and a 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Not too easy, but also a little too long. One more egg, let's go! Egg was on top of this building. Cool. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and 0 out of 10. Get to level 6 and destroy a bathtub. Then you can
get the egg. Wow, that's so cool. 0 out of 10, 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Okay, I get season 3 of Squid Game just came out, but you don't need to make it your whole personality. Unless I am clinically insane, we played this game already. Spot how many repeat games are in this video. Wow, I love shooter games where I can never get a shot in because everyone is toxic as hell. There's 8 to 12 spawn locations for the egg per map, which, cool. That doesn't make things a little more complicated than it needs to be. But overall, this egg still sucks. So it gets a 0 out of 10 and a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Oh yeah, they did massacre this game. I forgot about that. The egg is on stage 9 because it is the closest hot place to spawn. Unless you want to count the beach, because the beach can get pretty hot sometimes. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 1 out of 10. Yeah, what you actually didn't know about me is that I'm fucked up and evil, and yeah. Egg is literally on a pedestal. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Wow, the egg is randomly placed around the map. How creative and original. 0 out of 10, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Talk to this very lovely gentleman, and he'll tell you what to do. You just need to visit 3 of his favorite locations, and then the egg will spawn next to him. It's fine, I guess. It sucks, but like, I mean, hey, what are you gonna do? 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 2 out of 10. Wow, guys, the egg randomly spawns around the map. Who would have guessed? You guys are not gonna believe me when I say this, but the footage, gulp, got corrupted. No! But other than that, yeah, this is good. Like, really, really good. If memory serves me right, you have to go into the sewers and collect a spray can for this one guy. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's spooky though, so I'll give it that. I'm gonna give this a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 7 out of 10. Yep. You're gonna need to join a game and then the egg spawns on a random map. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like a 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale depending on what game you get. And a 2 out of 10, I guess. I don't know. No. Wow, look, there's the egg, 0 out of 10. Also, this is just completely unrelated, but the rest of the footage will be completely botched because I had my friend record for me. Yeah, my phone sucks. If that wasn't obvious. A very unexpected surprise from a game called Musical Chairs. This is really good. In fact, this is a 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, the difficulty isn't that hard and you get infinite lives. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is really fucking cool. Yeah. Collect fruits, and then you feed it to this pit, which isn't actually a pit. His name is Ego. 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 0 out of 10. Find 3 levers and do a very finicky boss fight. I mean, at least it's something. 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 1 out of 10. This game is like just pure ass. I mean, there was no quality control in this event, so who am I to say? It's an out-of-bounds obby. It's literally every tycoon we've fucking done so far. 0 out of 10. Egg spawns randomly. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Next! So you can talk to this guy if you're having trouble and do this quote-unquote boss fight, which is just an animation with quick time events. Wow, how cool. 2 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg spawns on the first island. Cool. 0 out of 10. This game gave me a chuckle because of how ass it is. Genuinely, why is this in an event? Other than a bunch of copy-pasted free models, the egg was on the Statue of Liberty. Cool. 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The egg spawns randomly. Cool. 0 out of 10. 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Took me over 20 minutes to get the egg, not because the egg was hard, but because getting in the game was the hard part. This game is not optimized for lower devices. How cool. 0 out of 10. The animation alone is immaculate. I cannot wait to get this egg because this genuinely seems to have the most time and effort put into it. That was it? You couldn't even be bothered to make a separate area to collect the egg. I'm not trying to discredit the animation because it's genuinely amazing, but like, that's it? Really? I guess like a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 7 out of 10. I wish there was more to it, but that was incredibly anticlimactic. The egg spawns randomly, moving on. Oh, finally back to crisp footage. This is still a 0 out of 10 though, this is not crisp at all. Mini obby, not too hard, but also not too easy. 3 out of 5 on the easiness scale and a 1 out of 10. You know, I think every game should just have a bunch of neon glowing signs that points you in the direction of the egg. I think that would be a very good idea. 0 out of 10. Do this annoyingly long obby. That's it. 0 out of 10 and a 4 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Egg spawns randomly, 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. Eggs on this gigantic place play. Cool. 0 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 on the easiness scale. The last game of the entire event. And it's hidden behind this tree, wow. What the fuck was that? That was probably the most shittiest events that I ever had the displeasure of playing. This event has the contender of being one of the events of all time, and not in a good way either. No matter how you pitch the idea, having 1,000 games in a Roblox event just simply does not work and is fundamentally flawed in of itself, because there's tons of games that either don't fit the criteria and just shit out something horrible, which was most of these games, but at the same time, like, it just doesn't work. Regulating over 1,000 games is just hard, especially since most of these games are created by not good people, and that's how Teddy got into the event in the first place. It's like they put a bunch of Roblox developers in a hat and drew them at random. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that too, because there's just a bunch of games in here that I have no clue that even existed in the first place. Like Tung Prison Run Escape. What the fuck is a Tung Prison Run Escape? However, thankfully, we didn't get 1,000 games in this event. We only got 413. And 4 of those dropped out of the event either right before it started or immediately after. So, great, those badges were just completely unobtainable after a specific point, so yay, fuck completionists, I guess. Now, as much as I would have loved to review every singular game in this event, unfortunately, I missed a few. And I think that's probably for the best. All of the games that I did not end up completing will be shown on screen right now. The last 4 I would have gotten if it wasn't for the fact that 2 of them were removed early and 2 of them required you to be 18 plus. So technically, I would have gotten those badges if it weren't for those factors. But yeah, this is every singular game that I am missing from this event. I think given by the tone that I've had throughout this entire video, and especially now, that I didn't particularly enjoy this event. And I thought the games was fun. This event is full of games that just do not care. And it sucks, because usually events on Roblox are supposed to be fun. This was not fun. The pros and cons are on screen as always. Majority of them are cons. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
I'm dead inside. It's not just about the money. It's about proving myself.